Welcome to another episode of This Old Chopper. We're working on a chopper. We got a chopper out there, and we got one right there. So let's get on with it. Hi, my name's Gus Cameron, and I'm the owner of This Old Chopper. What am I going to do today? I don't know. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I know it's the corniest thing ever. I hate saying it, but you know what? I got a lot of people that watch my videos that aren't subscribing. And it's easy. You just got to join YouTube. Cost you nothing. All you got to do is have an email and a password. Boom, you're online. You're on YouTube. You can make saved lists. You can subscribe to channels. And you'll see updates. And it'll give you ideas on what to watch. So yeah, like and subscribe, would you please? Please do it. What are we going to do? Let's see if we can get that chopper going. My gauge. I had some comments about gauge. I got to answer your comment. Yeah, she's charged 13 volts. Let's start the other one. What do you think? Yeah. taking this out today. I gotta take that shovel head out for a rip. Anyways, so what do we got going on? Let me see if I can. Maybe I'm not on camera, I can't tell. But anyways, working on this Honda. Coils. I'm gonna back up a little bit, and I'm gonna let you see what I'm doing and what I've come up with. And yeah, I'm just trying to get the spark going on this old Honda. All right, so stick with me. All right, so here's what I've come up with. This is where I'm mounting the coil. I made a plate. This is my old setup. I made this plate with some standoffs welded on, and then the coils. We tested the coils over at David Lynn's place. Thank you, Dave. We determined that this coil is no good. This coil is still good. So, unfortunately, we used my old coils that are cracked, kind of weird, and the standoffs are a little tiny bit different. Little tiny bit. So rather than try to modify this, I just thought I'd make a whole new plate. And here it is right here, in the rough. I gotta paint it. I like to add an external ground. Right here, these two wires, goes right back to the battery. So it gives the plate and the coils, this will go on like this. So it gives the whole thing a ground. You need to have a ground for your coils. So this plate is gonna fit on here, something like that. And then each one of these Dynatech coils fits on like that. And then the plate goes on. I'll have the coil, maybe I'll have the facing down. So I'll have them on like this. Right? And the other coil right here, right beside it. So yeah, I'm gonna put this together and try to determine. Oh yeah, another thing. For some odd reason, my plugs don't have a cap. But these plug wires need to have a screw-in top on the plug. These ones do not. So that's why that's removed. So they fit in there like that. So I got to find the caps for these. Lord knows where they are at. Probably in a little baggie here somewhere. I don't know. All right, so I'm going to get to work putting that back together, putting it together, putting it on the bike, getting the grounds, getting the power. This is the power. This is the power to the coils. It's just 12 volt switched power. Then the other wires are the signal to the ignition. White is 1 and 4 cylinder, black is 2 and 3. Pretty simple. So I'm going to try to get this geared up. I'll gear up a battery. I'm not going to put any gas in it because I know my cards, the floats are stuck, so they're overflowing everywhere. So I probably got to take the carbs off again and try to loosen them up. I tried tapping on them with the back of a screwdriver. They weren't sitting. They weren't seating. So I got to take them off. And then my rubbers are going to be hard, so you got to soak them in, I forget the product. Some oil. I'll think of it and I'll let you know. But you boil some water, you put some of that oil in it, and you let your rubber sit in it, makes them right soft. Gives them a nice smell too. Essence of, what is it? Can't remember. All right, we'll be back. Good old quarter 20s. So, 2 and 3. So I want 2 and 3. So I gotta put some power on 2 and 3. Two and 3. That. Like that. A screwdriver. So that should go like that. Okay, well, that one's on. I should put this one on too. Makes it easier to get it on when it's off the bike. Chances of. Yep, I dropped it. It's amazing how many times I hit my hand on this freaking handlebar. I'm feeling like I should just take them off. Drives me insane. All right, we'll be back. Okay, screw it. Done working on that Honda. I gotta get that out for a ride. Is there anything better sounding than a shovel head? I don't think there is. All right, let's see what's going on. Some fun. Right now, welcome back. Sorry about my little freak out the other day when I hit my head on this and then I give it a little push. I inadvertently dropped a screw that was in my hand for one of the wires on the coil. And it went tink tink. I don't know if you could hear it. I rewound the video, and yeah, I was a little agitated. I don't know, I was just not in the best frame of mind for wrenching that day, and I was dropping wrenches and dropping nuts and dropping washers and banging my head and just having a little bit of an off day, I guess you could say. So yeah, I did drop the screw and it hit something, and I looked and I saw that my number 4 cylinder, the plug was laying on the table here. My plug was laying on the table. So I'm thinking, oh my God, don't tell me. You know, because I hit the handlebar up here, and there's the hole. So it's pretty much straight down. And I'm like, I've been on my hands and knees looking on the floor, looking underneath everything, looking underneath the lift, looking on the table. I looked everywhere's on the engine. Just cannot find that brass screw that holds the wire on the coil. And I'm thinking, oh my God, do I got to take this head all off to inspect the cylinder? I tried looking in it with a flashlight, my own eyes, but I couldn't really see in there. I could see the top of the piston, but I couldn't see the outside edges. So my good buddy Luke, who works on bikes also, has got this thing. Nice little case. Oh my God, look at this thing. It's a, we call it in the Navy a boroscope. Endoscope. So yeah. So this is what I'm looking at. Right? Ain't that something? I can look in here. My missing battery, $350. So yeah, and I can move it around. Ain't that crazy? So, let's change hands. Let's see what I'm looking at. Okay, so, oh, look at that. Perfect. I see nothing. Do you see that? It's alright, it's bent. There we go. I want to go up here. There. Nothing. Nothing in there. Ain't that awesome? Hope you can see that. So there's no screw in there. So where is the screw? Where is the screw? I'd like to look in all the plug holes. Just trying to find that screw. I don't know where it's at. Anyways, you get the picture. I'm going to spend some time and try to find out where that screw went to. And if I can't find it, oh well, at least I know it's not in the cylinder. So we're one step closer. Everything's wired. I'll put the plug in. I'll tighten down the plug. I'll put the wire on. I got my battery charging. I'm going to hook it up temporarily because I can't afford right now a lithium battery. And This is 150. This was $150. I think I might even get one. All right, so stay with me, and we'll see how far we can get. Well, look, that camera's making noise. You see that? See that? That's the screw I'm missing. It's in the number 3 plug cavity. The plug is in, so it's just sitting there. You can see it. So now I need to figure out a way to get it out of there. Pure needle nose or tweezers or something like that, because it's brass and the magnet won't stick to it. Holy shit. Ain't that awesome? Well, that's good news. That's good news. That was driving me nuts. I couldn't find that screw. 150 bucks. I think I'm going to get one, because that just saved my bacon. All right, we'll get that screw out of there, get the plugs all put in, get the wires put on the plugs, the battery's charged. I want to turn it over and see if I got spark. So we're getting there, and hopefully I have some good outcome. All right. Right there, folks. I got it. Now I know where it's at. I can rest. Look at that. Stuck to the grease. Okie dokie. That's what I'm talking about. All good. Now let's get this thing tested to see if it's got spark. Finally getting the queen out for a ride. Looks like I gotta give it a wipe. It's a little dusty. Thanks to South Mountain Cycle, did a lot of work on this bike for me. It's never been better. Never been better. Got S&S 510 cams in it. Push rods, lifter, all done. We're going to see 5 ships in the Canadian Navy get paid off. So that means they're going to scrap. Imagine. 5 out of 6 are going to scrap. Sad day. Let's see what we can get going here. First thing I want to do is I want to see if I got power to the coils. That's a pretty simple thing to do. Turn the key on, put it on my negative. The red right there. 13.5. 13.4. Why would it be different? 13 point. That's weird. 13.52 on this one. 13.4. I don't know. Electrics. I hate electrical. 48, 49, 5, 52. It's the same. It's the same. So we got power to the coils. I got this thing. It's a spark. It's visual. It's a visual. You should be able to see a spark in this. I'm not 100% sure this works, but maybe I'll try it on a different bike. So you put it in between your plug and your wire. Turn it off. Nothing. Don't see any spark. So that's discouraging. I guess I should friggin' haul that off there. I should test this thing. But there's another way to do it. So take the plug out. You all know how to do this. I bet you the first thing you tested spark on was a lawnmower back in the day. That's always the first thing to test the spark on. So you got to ground it. Where's a good ground? I'd say that's a good ground right up here, because that wire goes right back to the ground. So that's ground. So zero spark. So I took the cover off. This is my Dynatech ignition. I don't know a lot about them. I'm thinking that there's something might be wrong with my Dynatech ignition. I hope not, because these are very expensive. And in worst case scenario, I'll go back to points and condenser. I'll find what I need to put this back to points and condenser and eliminate the Dynatech. But first, I think I'll do some searching on YouTube or something on how to test the Dynatech ignition. Is there a way to test it to make sure it's sending, because the Dynatech ignition sends a signal to the coil, tells the coil when to spark or when to send voltage to the wires. I believe is how it works. Like I said, I'm not an electrician, but I believe that's the principle. Signal comes from here, power comes from here to there, to one of the terminals, then this goes to there, tells it when to send high voltage to the plug. Because basically what you're doing, I think you're grounding out the plug, is how it causes the spark. Anyways, that's beyond me. That's not my partship, if you get it. And thanks for sticking with me if you're still here. I know it was a little bit of a boring naval part there for a minute, but my daughter served on 3 of those 5 ships that were being decommissioned, and I've witnessed 3 ships that I sailed on being decommissioned or paid off, is what they say. When they pay them off, they take down the flag and they walk off the ship, and that's it, no more. Now it's just a floating parts box, you know. But anyways, I heard rumors that they might be taking some of them up to lakes to use as training, so that's a good thing. At least they keep going. And I always looked at them and said, well, they're not ready to go, but I think with the thinness of the hulls that they are time to go. It is time for them to go. So anyway, so there you go. So I don't know if I'm going to add any more. We got to this point, and we got some answers. We found the screw. We still don't have spark. I'm going to have to dig into that. Do some. If you know what I'm missing, or if you have an idea of what I'm missing, leave me a comment, and I'll absolutely. I read all the comments. It takes me a minute or two to get to all the comments and actually to comment back to you, to respond. But I try to do it. I try to get to it. So anyways, like I say, every week, not every other week, every week, check on a buddy, check on a family member. They need to hear from you. It's good for you and good for them. All right, we'll see you next week.